how do we create permission set and how do we assign it to the user. Okay, so profile we have already seen that wherever you have a user, you have a profile for the user, right? The profile defines the kind of access that the user has, and profile is a must for a user. So there cannot be a user without profile. So profile is mandatory. Permission set is optional. So if the user needs additional permission which are not given to him through the profile, then he can always go for a permission set. Okay, so the administrator can give him a permission set. So what we have to do here is we have to go and click on permission sets. Click and create a new permission set. Whatever permissions you want to put inside the permission, you have to put. Created the permission set. Now put the permissions, add permission. What permission you want to give through this? You want to give app permission, you want to get object permissions, whatever. Okay, so let's say I want to give permission to one object. By default the user has not got access to let's say account object. I want to edit that. So by default there is no access to account. I want to give account object access. It can of any object. So just click on accounts and edit the permission. I want to give all the access on account object. So basically this permission set becomes a collection of permission on account. So this way you can add more objects as well. Okay. So now this permission set holds the permission for accounts, read, create, edit, delete. This way if you want, you can add more objects, you can add apps, whatever you want. If you want to add some app permission also, you can do that. Now this permission set has what? This has got the permission to account object, and this is the name of the permission set that I have created. What I have to do, I just need to go and give this permission set to the user. Just click on the users, whichever user you want to give it to, select that user, scroll down a little, you will see permission set assignment. Okay, click on edit assignment and give the permission sets to the user. So if you have multiple permission sets, you could have given multiple of them to the user. There is no problem in that. Got this? So that is what we talked about the permission set in our previous session. A permission set is a collection of settings and permissions that give users access to various tools and functions. Okay. Permission sets extend users functional access without changing their profile. So instead of going and changing the profile, you can give additional access through permission set. That is one thing. While users can have only one profile, or then what we have to understand, the users can have only one profile, and profile is mandatory. Every user has to have a profile. But users can have multiple permission sets, and it's not mandatory also, it's optional. Right. Whenever you feel that the user requires some additional permissions which are not given to him through the profile, then you go to the permission set. Got it? Okay. Now talking about field accessibility. So field accessibility, we have seen applications, objects, security, all those things in the profile and the permission set. Now there is the concept of the field level security. Okay. So how do we control access to the fields? Applications, tabs, objects, all these things we have controlled. Now how do we control the access to the fields? Okay. To control the access to the field, there are a few options that we have available. First option which we have is through page layout. So you can control the access to the field through the page layout. Okay. So this is something which we will do in our next sessions, how to control access to the field through page layout. This is what we are not going to do today. Field level security, this is the second option. So you can restrict users access to fields by setting whether those fields are visible, editable or read-only. These settings override any field properties set in the page layout. Okay. So field level security is one more option to control the access of users to the field. Okay. So this is what we are going to talk today, and this is more to do with the profile thing. Permissions. Some user permissions override both page layouts and field level security settings. So permission set is again one one more thing that can be done for the field accessibility. And universally required fields. Okay. Universally required field is a field. While creating the field, you have an option of making it a required field. Have you noticed? When you create a field, you get a checkbox which says make it a required field. That when you select that checkbox, that field becomes a universally required field. Okay, universally required field means no matter how you are entering the data into the system, you are entering through the back end, front end, through whichever page layout, whoever is the user, whatever the user's profile is, you always need to enter a value for that field. So it becomes a universally required field. We always need a value for that field in order to save the record. Got it? So a custom field can be made universally required, which overrides any less restrictive settings on page layout or field level security. So that's fine, no problem. So these are the things. What we are going to talk today is field level security. Okay. So this page layout and universally required field is something which we will talk later once we are talking about the page layouts. Okay. So we will talk about field level security. Field level security overall is controlling the access to the field through profile. If I have to explain it to you in very simple words, it is controlling the access of the field through profiles based on the profile, right? So this is a field level security. Field level security settings let administrators restrict users' access to view and edit specific fields. Fine. So this field level security basically let the administrator restrict access to view and edit specific fields. So which user can see and edit which field, that can be controlled through field level security. Okay. Field level security doesn't prevent searching on the values in a field. It does not prevent searching on the field values. Okay. So search, they can do search, but they cannot see the field values. When search terms match on field values protected by field level security, the associated records are returned in the search results without the protected field and their values. Okay. So it's a pretty simple logic. Field level security restricts the access to see or edit the fields. Where do we get field level security? We get it inside the profile. So we just have to go to the profile. Go to any of the profile. Click on the profile. Don't click on edit. Just click on the name of the profile. Scroll down a little. You will see field level security. Okay. So field level security, as the name suggests, field level security, it is all about controlling the access at a field level. I told you yesterday. Sometimes you want to give access to the object. Let's say you want the user to see the entire object, but one field you don't want the user to see. That can be the email field, social security number. Some fields can be very some fields can be pretty much confidential kind of information you can have in some of the fields. So in that case, what you do is you want to restrict the access to that field. Okay. So that is what, let's say contact email ID. You don't want some profiles to see the contact email ID. So you'll go to field level security, okay, of the profile. Let's say you don't want system administrator to see the contact email ID. So you'll just go to this profile, come to the field level security. Here we have the contact. Click on view, and then we will go and click on edit. So now see, the moment you click on contact and click on view, you will get a list of all the fields of contact, right? Now, what is the access to email? It's visible, okay? You don't want this profile to see this field. Just click on it. Remove the visibility of this. So if you do this, this field will not be visible anymore to this profile, system administrator profile. Got it? So for a profile, if you want to restrict visibility of a field, this is how you are going to do that. Fine. So this is about field level security. So this is all done through profile. All these things are done through profiles. Right? So now, so far we have seen how do we control access to applications, objects, tabs, fields. Okay. Now the other part that we are going to talk about is the record level security. For that we are going to talk on the sharing settings. Okay, record level security is what? When you just want to control the access at a record level. One user should see some data, the other user should not see that data. That's all, that kind of thing. Let's say the management does not want me to see other data because you have your own territory, I have my own territory. The management wants that I should just be able to see the data of my territory, right? So any business will not want to keep its data open more than required. No business in this world would want to expose the data more than required. So if you work on certain territory, or if you work on certain kind of a process, you should just get to see the data which you need to perform your day-to-day operations. You don't need to see the entire organization's data, right? So that is what. So that is where we talk about the sharing settings. Okay. Let's understand what sharing setting is. For organizations, sharing model gives users access to records they do not own. Okay. So the sharing setting basically talks about access to the records that you do not own. So we have record owner concept, right? We have seen that in Salesforce. Every record has an owner. So sharing setting basically defines the access that you have to the data that you do not own. To control access to data at the record level, use sharing settings. Okay. And in sharing settings, we have this concept called organization-wide default. Okay. What is this organization-wide default? Organization-wide default basically gives you a baseline level of access for each object and enable you to extend that level of access using hierarchies or sharing rules. Okay. So organization-wide default, often called as OWD as well, we call it OWD. So this OWD basically defines what is the base level of access, okay, for each object in the organization. Okay. So basically, let me make it a little more simpler for you. Basically, it is all about the owner of the data and non-owner of the data. Fine. Let's say our company has 500 accounts. Okay. Let's say our company has 500 accounts. Out of these 500 accounts, Anuj has got 100 accounts. Means Anuj is the owner for 100 accounts, Hemant owns 100 accounts, Priyanka owns 100 accounts, I own 100 accounts, and Chetan owns 100 accounts. So we have 500 accounts and each one of us are owner of 100 account. Fine. So when I own 100 accounts, which means I am owner and I will get to see that 100 accounts, and that's absolutely fine. So there is no problem with that. The data that you own, you will definitely get to see that because that is your own data. Now the question is, the next question that should come to mind is, the data that I own, I will definitely get to see. Will I get to see the data that Anuj owns? Will I get to see the data that Hemant owns? Okay. So do I get to see only my data or do I get to see others' data also? Right? That thing depends on OWD. Fine. Owner of the data will anyhow get to see that data, but whether the person who is not an owner will get to see the data or not, that depends on the OWD. So this OWD gives you a baseline level of access for each object and enable you to extend that level of access using hierarchies or sharing rule. So again, don't get into the complex stuff. Understand this, that OWD will decide whether the non-owner will get to see the data or not. Right? So OWD has, I'll come to this part. Let me show you where do we define the sharing setting. So you just need to go to setup and then you go to security controls. Under security controls, you will need to click on sharing settings. Click on this. Okay, so once you click on sharing settings, the first thing that you see here is organization by default, okay, or OWD. So this OWD basically controls whether the non-owners will get to see the data or not, okay. So anything that you see public here, if lead is public, means for the lead object, the data is public, which means no matter who is the owner, everyone else will get to see it. But activity is private, which means only the owner of the activity will get to see the activity. Others will not get to see, right? So for OWD, we have that option of public and private. Any object, these are all the objects of the Salesforce listed here. Any object for which the OWD is set to public means everyone will get to see that data. For any object where the OWD is set to private means only the owner of the record will get to see the data. Does that make sense? Simple, easy way of controlling. We just talked about a scenario where I said we have 500 accounts and each one of us own 100 accounts. So that is what we are talking about. Now, if everyone has 100 accounts, now the company has two choices. Either they, say that, okay, let everyone see everyone's data, or they say that no, only the owner will get to see the data, others should not see the data. So, whatever is your requirement, you just go and, make your OWD in that way. So, we are talking about account. So if the company says that only the owner should see the data, you should come here, click on edit, go to the account and make it private, right? Okay. And if you want everyone to see the data, irrespective of who the owner is, make it public. In public also you have two options, public read only, public read write. So others can just see the data or they can edit the data as well. Public read write will allow the others to edit the data. Got it? So that's about our organization wide default, OWD. Are we clear on this? Sorry. So this is the simple logic. So far, whatever access control, all those things we have done on the components of Salesforce, right? So these are pretty much Salesforce components where we are talking about the objects, fields, applications. But now we have actually moved into the security control or access control in terms of data, right? So for data, we cannot go and define, for each and individual record, you cannot go and say that Anuj should get to see this data or this profile should get to see this data, because that controlling is very difficult because you will have, millions of data at times. So if you have millions of records, you cannot go and define permission for each one of them. So Salesforce has defined it in a very logical way. They have said, okay, fine. Let us have owner of all the record. People who own the record, they are the owners. They will get to see the data, whatever be the situation. Whether others will get to see or not, that depends on the OWD. Okay. So that's about our organization by default. Okay. So organization by default is just talking about, so this is the default rule. OWD is the default rule which defines whether the data on a given object is public or private, right? Now the next point is the exceptions there. Now how do we take care of the exceptions? Let's say the data is all private. Try to understand this. Data is all private. Anuj gets to see his records, his opportunities or accounts. I get to see my opportunities and accounts. Hemant gets to see his opportunities and accounts. Now, Hemant is going on leave for some time. For next 2 weeks, Hemant will not be there in office. Okay, and the management wants Chetan to take care of his data. Possible? The management may want Chetan to take care of the data because because Hemant is going to be out of office for 2 weeks. Okay, but how will he take care of his accounts? He does not have access to his data, right? Now for 2 weeks we would need to define an exception to this rule, right? In an organization, it's pretty much normal. These kind of situations, come. You cannot completely restrict the access of data. Sometimes you may have a situation where the other person needs access to your data, right? This is where we need to define an exception, and that exception is defined using sharing rule. Okay. So how do we define that exception? If you scroll down further, you will find sharing rule. Okay. So let's say you have made account data as private. If it is private, if you have made account, let's say this is private, right? And now you just want to give access to someone who does not have access because it's private, non-owners do not have access to the data. Now you want to define an exception to that. So for that we will come and define the sharing rules. So if you scroll down, you will find sharing rules. Sharing rule is also available for each of the object, for lead, account, opportunity, whatever object, or all your custom objects, right? Now you want to define sharing rule for account, which is restricted. We have made it private. So I want to define a sharing rule for it. I'll just come here, click on new, and then I will define the sharing rule for this, which is like give it a name, define which data you want to share, okay, based on the record owner or based on some criteria. Who do you want to share it with? So I want to share all the data which is owned by channel sales team, let's say, or sales and marketing SVP with VP of marketing. So whose data you want to share, with whom you want to share, right? What is the role of the person whose data you want to share? what is the role of person with whom you want to share it, okay, and what level of access you want to give it. You want to give it a read-only access, read-write access, what kind of an access you want to give? A read-write access. So this is a temporary setting that I am doing, okay. So this will act as an exception on top of the OWD. So OWD will define the base level access to the object, whether overall the data is public or private. Once you have made the data private, after that if you want someone else to come and access the data who is not allowed to access because of the OWD, you can define a sharing rule to give temporary access. Clear on that? So that is about our organization wide default and the sharing rules. Okay. Important thing about sharing rule is this line. You can use sharing rules only to grant wider access to data, not to restrict access. So sharing rule cannot be used for restricting access. It can only be used for giving wider access, which means you can use sharing rule only if the data at OWD level is private. Got it? You will need to give additional access to the data only if the data is private. If it is already public, let's say account is public, which means everyone gets to see everyone's data, then there is no point of sharing rule, right? Already the data is private, it's open to all. Permissions are required on private properties, not on public properties, right? So that is the thing, that sharing rule, special sharing rule needs to be defined only if you have made the data private for that object. Till the time it is public, then there is no concept of sharing rule. You don't need it. You can go and define one, but that is useless. That is not required because it's already public. When everyone has access to that data, why would I go and define a special sharing rule for giving access at that level? Got it? So that's about our organization wide default and the share. Yeah. Okay. So just think about it. Now once we understand the OWD, we understand the data can be made private, it can be made public, and then we can define a sharing rule to give temporary access to the data to some users or some roles. So that can be done, that's fine. So do you feel that there will be some users, think about it, will not there be some users who will need access to all the data irrespective of what the sharing setting is or what that OWD is and all? Some users, some profiles, they need access to all the data, like administrator. If you make the data as private, administrator still needs to see all the data, right? So that private, public, all those things should not be applicable on those profiles, right? Or let's say the service line head or someone, he says that I want to see all the data. Please keep me out of this OWD and all those things. So some profiles or some users will need access to all the data, no matter what that OWD is or what the sharing rule is. Correct? So for that kind of access, we need to give admin access to these users. So anyone who needs this kind of access, we need to give them admin access. So what are these admin access? We have a view all, modify all access. So view all access is an admin access which allows a user to see all the data on an object irrespective of the OWD, organization wide default, which means what? If your organization wide default, let's say for account, if your OWD for account is private and I have a view all access, fine, still I will get to see everyone's data no matter if it is private. So anyone who has a view all access will not be will not be restricted access to the data, will not have restricted access to the data because he has the view all access already. where do we go? Yes, here. So where do we put this admin access, or where do we give the admin access? This admin access is given on your profile. So once you are on profile, any of the profile, let me pick any of the profile. Do you see this view all, modify all access against every object? So any user whose profile gives him a view all access against that object, that user will get to see all the data in that, what do you call this? That user will get to see all the data in that object irrespective of the OWD. So OWD is not going to affect that user whose profile has this view all access. Make sense? And modify all access, if the user has, he can edit all the data in that object, no matter who is the owner. If I have the modify all access, no matter who is the owner, no matter what is the OWD, it is private, public, doesn't matter. I will have access to everything. So I mean, this is the supreme permission, data admin permission. So this is admin level access. Got this thing? So we have a view all and modify all permission, which we can actually use it for objects. There is one more permission which you have here, view all data. Okay, so this view all data, if you select here, it will give you access to view all the data in all the objects. So here you are selecting it for one object, but this view all data permission, view all data will give you permission to access or view all the data for all the objects. And there is one more called modify all data. Here it is. This will give you the access to edit all the data across all objects. So usually system administrators or DBAs, the database administrators, who need to control the data, or who need to migrate the data, who need to do a little bit of reporting. So if you are a reporting analyst, you need to do a reporting on everyone's data, then you need a view all data. If you are a system administrator, or if you are a database administrator kind of a role, you might need a modify all data, because you will need to make changes onto all the records and everything. So that is how it is. Got it? So this is what we have on the admin access or the admin level permissions. Please let me know if we have any question here. We are clear on this. So we have understood that to sum up the entire thing, we understand that for controlling the access to the applications, objects, fields, we use profiles and permission set. For controlling the access to the data, we have got sharing settings, and in the sharing setting we talked about two things: organization by default, which is used for defining the default rule for the organization, and then sharing rules, which can be used for defining the exceptions. Apart from this, there will be some users who need access to all the data and they don't want to be restricted by the OWDs. So for them we have view all and modify all access. That's it. Apart from this, there is nothing else. This is all the security that you have to do. Very simple. Profile permission set, sharing OWD and sharing rules, and this admin level access. These 5 things you just have to keep in mind. That's it. Whatever access control you have to do will be one of these. Okay. With experience, the moment you start working on these things with experience and with your understanding, you will be able to do more of those. But that is what it is overall. Clear? Please let me know any